Welcome to the Northern California BDR. Welcome to the Northern California BDR. I'm sure this is windy, so I'll keep it brief, but this is Minaret Vista. It's the official starting point of the route, and I'm here with Ian and Jeff, and we're gonna have a great time over the next 5, 6, or maybe 7 days. This is a trip we've had to postpone twice. The weather has not been cooperating, but it's supposed to be decent for the next 6 days, so we are gonna travel we're just outside Mammoth, California, all the way to the Oregon border, minimal road, mostly dirt, on the newest Backcountry Discovery Route. Check out this starting point, not terrible. A wild influencer in his natural habitat. So I'm here with Ian, who you may know as Big Rock Moto. That's Jeff, ADV Agenda. And Ian is on the V-Strom 800DE. I'm on my 790, and Jeff is the bravest one of all on the Moto Morini X-Cape 650. So it'll be an interesting trip. You'll get a chance to see how 3 very different philosophy motorcycles handle it. It is midday. It is September 20th, so late September, and we're hoping to get this done before the bad weather starts. I stayed in Tahoe last night, and then there's another 3 hours to get here, so it's a half a day. First day's half a day. We're gonna get to Bridgeport for sure. That's the end of section 1, and maybe keep going. We'll just see what it looks like when we get there. But I'll talk a little bit about our philosophy for this trip as we get going, but all the media I've seen has been people taking on the expert routes, and we want to try and stick to the main route because I don't think it's been showcased very much, and I'm optimistic that it'll be a good route for people who are just getting their feet wet with this kind of trip to do, and I want to verify that. So let's suit up and get moving. All right, rolling out. Here we go. Roll out. Roll out. NorCal BDR officially underway. Oh, I've been waiting a long time for this. We were supposed to do it in July. A massive heat wave rolled in the week we were supposed to do it. It was 105 degrees the whole way and then some, so we decided to postpone till September. We were supposed to start 2 days ago, and a once in 20 years, literally earliest snowfall in 20 years storm rolled in on Wednesday when we were supposed to start, so we postponed 2 more days. But it is Friday, we are starting, and I'm so excited. The weather is going to be, I don't want to say perfect, but it's going to be a nice fall. A lot of temperature variation. This morning I had my puffy on under my armor because it was chilly. So I'm hopeful this gear is going to work well. I got this Moscow Basilisk gear literally the day before I left, and I tried it on and was like, that'll probably work. I don't normally like to run gear I haven't tested on a trip this long, but it just felt good. So this will be a good test before reviewing it, to see how it does a week on in California. So we head down from Minaret Vista, we take the Mammoth Scenic Loop, and then we'll see Bodie, the ghost town Bodie, and also today is Mono Lake with the infamous tufas. There's a lot to see on this route, so we'll get section 1 done for sure, I assume. Maybe even part of 2. We'll see what happens, how we feel when we get to Bridgeport. But so excited to be here with Ian and Jeff. Really hopeful that for the first time ever, everyone finishes the route. I've never had that happen in either of my previous BDR attempts. And I've also never done it when it wasn't over 100 degrees. So I'm pretty excited about that. Should be a good trip. Thank you for coming along. All right, first dirt on the BDR. On the BDR. Ian's already starting off with a bang. Why not? Oh yeah, I tightened up that rear preload and it's making a big difference. Man, this thing was so squishy when I was on it. On my test ride, quick test ride at the house. So about three notches, and big difference, big difference. So we're skipping the harder section that cuts across through the OHV area. I don't want to deal with that much sand today. And again, like I said, sort of the premise of our attempt here is I don't think anyone has showcased the actual route. It's always just every piece of media I've found, including the official BDR movie, is really focused on the expert sections. Not everyone will attempt those, and so without those sections, what kind of a ride is this? How hard is it? How easy is it? Is it a fun, casual, scenic ride without too much difficult riding? I don't know, and I want to find out. This route was originally supposed to be, well, this is some insider info, and this may have changed, but this was an original kind of philosophy idea, that it was going to be a BDR that people could do as their first BDR. They were going to try to make it a nice, easy route for a big bike. And that changed somewhat after the weather, the hurricane messed up some of the roads, and maybe just in the course of finishing it, they realized that wasn't going to be as easy as they thought. But my working hypothesis is that the main route will be pretty fun, casual, scenic, and not incredibly difficult. This is the Hot Shots camp. These guys are busy right now. That's why it's so empty. They're up fighting a lot of fires right now. There's one guy, but very thankful to these guys and their service and all the risks they take. Trying to keep those fires from burning down our houses all summer. So cool to see that out here on the route. So we did a quick stint on Highway 395, maybe 3 miles. Crossed over, we were on a big gravel highway for a while, and now we're back on the same. It's not as loose, but we're just cruising up through the forest. Leisurely, fun pace. Few surprise sandy spots in here though, so stay on your guard. Had to stand up a few times and take care of some wibble wobbles, but otherwise pretty straightforward. His GPS is not updating a lot quickly, so he's fighting it a little. Well, we found some more sand, so that's fun. We're getting close to the lake. Oh, well, okay. We found 200 feet of sand, and then there's a road. Hey, back on some pavement for a minute. The view is pretty as we come down into Mono Lake, one or the other. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Oh, I can see the tufas. All right, Mono Lake. Beautiful. I've only ever seen it like from 395. I've never been this close. So that's hella cool. Ian stopping. Navy Beach. So the tufas are right over there. I think we can get down there and take a look at them. We're about an hour, 15 minutes in to the route. Beautiful. Speaking of beautiful.
Did you say beautiful?
There's Ian.
Did you say beautiful?
I did. Sandier than I expected, but it's going fast. It's beautiful out here. I think this route has so much scenery built into it. I'm excited to see it all. Never been this close to Mono Lake. I've only ever seen it from the highway. So these rock formations are called tufas, and they're formed when carbon dioxide, I think, bubbles up from the underground springs and deposits the calcium or whatever the minerals are. I'm no geologist, and it makes these unique kind of spires. I assume that then the lake recedes and that's why you can see them, but they're unique, pretty unique geological phenomenon, so it's cool to see them here. Man, I have driven past this thing a bunch of times on my way to do stuff in Southern California, and it looks cool from the highway, but it's amazing from here. It's so cool to get down close to it. There's a really cool viewpoint right up as you come down around this corner on the highway. I don't know which, that's up there. And there should be a Dork Road sticker up there actually, because I put it up there a couple years ago. I may have committed a light act of vandalism, but there was about 1 million stickers up there, so I didn't think it mattered. All right, on to Lee Vining, who knows? We're on the very western shore of the lake now. Beauty. Hopefully we're climbing up out of the basin and away from the sand. Looks good so far. A lot of desert, high deserty terrain out here. Oh, look at this desert. I like the high desert scenario. A lot of different biomes on this route, I assume, because we're definitely going to see more forest later. A lot of different biomes today, in fact. Day one. You're still clinking. There's Jeff doing Jeff stuff. You're still blinking. We are headed through the desert to the ghost town of Bodie, which is about 5 miles from here, but this canyon is hella cool. What a cool canyon. Oh yeah, it did rain here yesterday. There it is! There it is! The beautiful abandoned ghost town, Bodie, California. Cool, out here in the middle of freaking nowhere. That's crazy cool. You're telling me there was a paved road to get here?
You guys want to use the park, you just pass it through?
I don't. Well, we were gonna stop at the. We're gonna stop a little bit, right?
I just feel like Clint Eastwood is going to walk out of one of these buildings at any second and be like, this town ain't big enough for the both of us.
This town ain't big enough for the both
Oh
of
my
us.
God, there he is. It's Clint Eastwood. This is like legit a massive settlement that's been abandoned. Ian, you want to have face off? Well, I think I figured out why everybody left. There's no cell phone service here. Why would people stay here? You know, in 1870, whatever. Without cell phone service, how are you gonna watch Netflix? Mystery solved. Smort.
One section left, and then Bridgeport. So this will be fun. I think we're 2/3 or probably 3/4 of the way through section 1 at this point. This is cool. Talk about middle of nowhere, huh? The road's a little bit more interesting than the other one too. I'm not surprised. Washed out, look at that. Beautiful out here though. Chunky soup. This is why I run fully inflated tires. Nice little water crossing. What's up, Cal? It's one close encounter. Unbelievable. It's just so gorgeous up here. I just have to film around every corner. I don't know. I kind of thought section 1 would be boring, but it's been great. Very eventful. Lots of cool stuff to see. God, the hits just keep on coming. Wow. Well, there's a few mines up here, but I think it's probably time to start thinking about finding camp. Well, I wasn't expecting it to get interesting. We're in the last 5% of the section right now. All day, I would say the difficulty was a 4. That might have been a 5 or a 6 coming up the hill. Oh, I can see Bridgeport Reservoir right through the trees there. Almost there. I had coffee in Bridgeport this morning. Kind of funny. It took us 4 hours to get back. It only took me an hour to get to Mammoth on the highway. That is the joy of the BDR. So we made it to Bridgeport. We just tried one RV park that has tent camping and it's full. So this one also has tent camping, I know, because I looked it up this morning. But if this is no dice, we might have to get a hotel. I don't know. We shall see. We're here at Bridgeport, getting a burger at the barn. Rumor has it they were just about to close and then we all pulled up, but they already ordered, so burger, fries, soda. Earned it today, boys. How was your ride today, Jeff?
It was way better than I thought it was going to be after watching the other videos.
That's cool, good.
Yeah.
Better than the alternative. What you eating there, Ian?
California burrito, the chicken.
Why is it bigger than your head?
It was bigger than my head. It's child size, so it's the size of a small child.
Literally.
Hey, dinner's ready.
This is home for the night. Site 22. There is a little fence that will help immensely with the wind. Not much of a sight though.
Ian knocked my camera over because he was jealous about how much better at setting up tents I am than him.
This is how we sabotage each other.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't want your video to get more views.
We're so competitive.
yeah, that's how it works. That was a good day. I had it sort of hoped we would get farther, but it worked out perfectly to get like maximize the daylight, got to eat real food, and then set up before it gets dark. Found a camp place, all good. So I've never camped in an RV park before. People sometimes are like, why are you camping in a campground or a terrible place? And it's like, this is a camp to ride trip. Like, this is just where we sleep. It doesn't have to be great. It just has to be available. And having a flush toilet and a shower available doesn't hurt. For now, I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you for watching. Thanks for coming along. I'll see you first thing in the morning. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss part 2 of this series. Make sure you're subscribed to Ian Big Rock Moto and Jeff ADV Agenda. But for them and for me, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. And please do not forget to be excellent to each other.
Excellent.
It is the morning of day 2 of our Northern California BDR expedition. Day 1 was excellent, and Ian really enjoys camping.
Love it.
And just will not stop raving about how great it is.
Love camping. Love camping. Just slept so well, you know?
Yeah. Well, if you missed day 1, I'll link it for you, the video. But I'm here with Big Rock Moto and Jeff ADV Agenda, and we are gonna do a bunch of highway riding this morning because there is a closure on Highway 395, so we have to go up and around to Topaz Lake to get back to the route. And then it sounds like from there it's a really beautiful highway ride, not highway, pavement ride through one of the passes. Is it Ebbets? One of them, Ebbets Pass. So it should be a gorgeous day, but I think we're gonna make a lot of miles this morning, which we're optimistic we can do maybe 2 full sections today. Today's journey, today's portion of this trip is sponsored by Motocamp Nerd. So Motocamp Nerd generously provided me with all my camping gear, and I'm enjoying actual good camping coffee because I got this pour over setup from Wakako. This pour over is so much better and so much faster than the French press, but awesome Big Agnes tent that I already put a hole in. I want to rave about my Boundary Deluxe sleeping pad because normally I'm very comfortable on it, but last night I did not sleep well. I was really warm though. Honestly, I thought I was gonna have to.
You didn't sleep well?
No, I thought I was gonna have to sleep in my puffy because it got cold, and then I was in there and I took it off and I was fine. And I woke up, so I just assumed it wasn't that cold. And I woke up this morning and there was ice on the table, so it got below freezing. That Enlightened equipment quilt I have is so warm. Like it shocks me that there's nothing underneath me and I stay that warm. But Motocamp Nerd has the world's largest, carefully curated selection of motorcycle camping gear, specifically chosen to make your moto camping trips more comfortable. That's why Ian's not comfortable. He doesn't have gear from Motocamp Nerd. So pop over, check out the site. There'll be a link in the description, and you know it's important that we support Ben and his wife as they try to make their dream of running this store full-time come true. So very thankful to him and all of the gear that I'm rocking from his store, but I'm going to enjoy my coffee and onward to day 2.
Ta-da! We're packed up. We're gonna take the bypass around to Topaz Lake, and so there's gonna be a lot of highway this morning, which I will spare you.
So let me show you what we just did. So right here is Bridgeport. That's where we stayed last. Oh, you can't see it. Right there is Bridgeport. Okay, and you're supposed to take the route up here to 395, but you can see this red marker. That is where there is a road closure and you can't get through. So instead, we came up this way and around, and we're up here now at Topaz Lake. So we will go south on 395. We just bypassed one closed road. There's another one on the route halfway through section 3. So Ian, being a local, knows a super cool alternate route that we're gonna take because it's mostly pavement anyway. So there's some pavement today, but we'll be done with these stupid bypasses today and We'll be on the route the
well,
rest of the time.
a lot of the official route is pavement.
Yeah, well, no, there's some gorgeous
it's
pavement.
pretty. Yeah.
Let's crush
Let's
it.
go.
What do you think, Jeff?
I've learned to just go with it.
Yeah, just do what Ian says.
We can go to the bathroom.
Topaz Lake is absolutely beautiful. You come through here at sunrise or sunset. Sunrise. That's just gorgeous. Pretty cool. I mean, if you have to do a detour, this isn't a terrible place to have to come. But yeah, there's the agricultural inspection station right there. Do you want to come with me and get inspected? Okay. They never actually stop motorcycles. Well, they haven't anytime I've been to one. Let's just say that. Thank you. All right. Over the Sierras, Monitor Pass. Supposed to be one of the best pavement sections on the route. So we're on the route at the moment. This is fun. You see, pavement can be cool. It can be fun to discover in the backcountry. Man, see, when they talk about good twisties, this is what they're talking about. Oh, this guy's pulling over for us. That's awesome. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy. I love when people understand that motorcycles are faster than cars. They let us do our thing. So we're hopping over from, we're on the eastern slope of the Sierras right now, and the next couple sections are on the western side, where it's more foresty, I think. Oh, we are going up! Holy hell. Fast, too. Yeah, I'd be tired, too, if I was bicycling up this. Enjoy your acoustic motorcycle ride, buddy. Ooh, beauty, beauty. Wow, we came up quick, dude. It's got it all. Twisties, scenery, abject terror of flying off a cliff randomly. Cool little roadside stop here for Ian to fly his drone. Hooked up with Mike, cool guy. He's going the other direction, but we're gonna carry on. This is the bypass, so we're on to the Ian Discovery Route for the next few miles, and we'll catch up on it with the route in a bit. As bypasses go, this one is not ugly. Holy crap. Northern California is absolutely beautiful. There's so much scenery. That's awesome. This is Carson Pass. It's gorgeous. Pretty cool. Not the worst alternate route ever. And it's named after Kit Carson, and I did a report on Kit Carson in 4th grade, so it feels so special. 8,574 feet. That's the summit. Awesome. More gorgeousness. Wow.
This, we're on Carson Spur, on Carson Pass, 7,800 feet. So, as bypasses go, Ian, you did pretty good.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were gonna mute me there for a little bit, but I knew it'd be pretty.
That's gorgeous, dude.
Yeah, this is way nicer than that western bypass, so.
Yeah, well, we still may mutiny.
Well,
I reserve the right.
You still have a chance.
Yeah, I reserve the right to behead the snake and take over. Pretty slow service, but an incredibly good meal here at the Kit Carson Lodge on Kit Carson Pass, but back on the bikes. I didn't bother to show it because it's not on the actual route, so chances are if you come and do this, you won't end up here. But back on the bikes, a little bit more highway, and then we're back on the route. No more rerouting as far as I know for the rest of the trip, so we'll be around the closures and ready to crush the rest of the route, so let's hit it.
All right, we're back on the route. Bypass over. Back to good fun times. Happy go fun times. Also, not just back on the route, back on the dirt. Now, this should be a little bit different terrain on this side of the Sierra, I'm assuming. Well, it's good to be back on the route. That was a beautiful bypass, but it's not why we're here. So we finished section 2, basically. So we're on section 3 now, headed out to Leak Springs Lookout. That's the plan. And I think we come back on the same road because this is the way we would have come north had we been on the actual route the whole time. This is the optional road to the Leak Springs Lookout. It's a 2.5 mile out and back. But man, if you're that close to a cool lookout, you know, got to see some of these sights along the way. So This is not a harder section, it's just an optional section. Ooh, almost there. I see the tower. I see the tower. Definitely a worthy side excursion here. That's gorgeous. Unfortunately, all this fire lookout is looking at right now is burned timberland, but that's quite a view. Damn, dude. That's spectacular. Now, I'm excited. It makes me anxious when I'm not on the route, so I'm excited to get back on the route. Back on a little bit of pavement, but it's nice pavement. Meaning the scenery is fantastic. Take a look at this. Wow, that is cool. Okay, this will be fun. Yeah. So we're onto some pavement here on section 3, but look at this gorgeous view. So as pavement goes, I'm not mad about it. This kind of fun, no line, single lane logging road through the burned area. So the view is at least good through the trees, not of the trees, obviously. Just a, so far, typical logging road. I'm gonna guess there's some rain ruts and stuff. Mostly dirt with a little gravel, but if it stays like this, it'll be pretty easy. Coming across a few sneaky sandy spots. You gotta keep your eyes open. I just saw 2 trucks in a span of about 5 miles, so not a great place to be flying around corners. Ooh, that was not a rut I saw coming. And stuff like that. If we get through today unscathed, then it'll be the best start of a BDR I've ever had, because on the Washington BDR, Mike broke his leg on day 2 at the end. So hopefully just have a full, uneventful BDR trip where we just ride the route and nothing bad happens. I've never had that. And I've never had everyone who started the route finish with me. So let's break a lot of bad records this time. That's the goal for the NorCal trip. Oh yeah. Okay, yep. Yep, okay. Okay, this is f***ed up. Oh, and I stepped on the kickstand. Twice, damn it. Yeah, spicy terrain. Oop, thank you Outback Motortech skid plate. That was more fun than I expected. How'd the Morini do? That's great, dude. I think we've got about 20 miles left of this section. This is section 3, the last quarter. I like to try to make it clear where I am in case you're trying to plan your own trip and see what different parts are like. I don't feel like there's a lot of good videos out there for that. And it annoys me when I want to see what the actual riding is like and all you ever see is the landmarks and highlights. Like, okay, but show me the road. I gotta plan my anxiety level. Well, it looks like we're in the last gasp of section 3 here, maybe the last 5 to 10%. So I'm happy to report that thus far, those really crappy uphills, which are just rutted out by the recent rainstorm, I'm guessing, were the only really challenging part. It's about the only place I've stood up, other than to get airflow. So at least the latter half of section 3 is pretty easy. Fun forest roads with some good scenery. So, you know, file that away if you're trying to decide whether or not you want to do the route. And the purists will tell you that it doesn't count, you didn't do the route if you bypass, blah, blah, blah. I've never done a BDR and not had to go around something. There's always something. There's a forest fire, there's a road closure, all kinds of stuff. So I think doing the route from beginning to end as much as possible counts in my book. And if anyone tries to tell you otherwise, well, they don't get to decide any more than you get to decide. So you just get to decide that they're wrong. And, you know, do as much as you can. Enjoy the route in the way that makes sense to you. And, you know, rerouting is part of adventure. That's why it's called adventure. Section 3, thumbs up in terms of difficulty, at least the second half. We're going to stop at Kybers and get some gas. It's only 3 o'clock, so we might keep going. We'll probably keep going. Just got to figure out what our end game is, because if there's nothing within striking distance before dark, that would be bad. Or at least make sure we have supplies in case that's the case. It's a nice little campground you just come right down into here in Kybers. Okay, we fueled up and we've made the decision to push on into section 4. Ian seems to think there's quite a bit of pavement, so we might be able to do it fast, but if we can't, Uncle Tom's Cabin is about 3/4 of the way in, or if we just plan on hoteling it in Truckee, we can plan on pushing later into the evening. So that would be 3 sections in a day. I mean, we cheated, but too early in the day to stop. It's only 3 o'clock. We're not gonna go camp and sit and just cook. That'd be dumb. Kybers to Truckee. Hell yeah, start to finish. Section 4, this is the old Pony Express Trail, or part of it, so this will be fun. Just passed a historical marker, so I'm pretty sure this is the Pony Express Trail. That's pretty cool. But if you're wondering what the road right outside of Kybers is, beginning of section 4, it is a steep, twisty gravel road. A lot of up and down on this trip today in particular, obviously because we're going up and down in the mountains, but ton. I can't imagine what our elevation change has been. A couple miles anyway. Boy, we are going around this ridge line. Probably not gonna, it's not shining through, too many trees, but we are high. We've come up like 4,000 feet. Nah, maybe not that much. A few thousand feet anyway. Well, the Pony Express has led us to pavement. So let's see how many miles we can crush here before we get back on the gravel. Wow, cool view. So we've been on this road for, I don't know, 15 miles maybe, and it's they're working on it, so it's gravel right now on top of pavement here and there, which is actually slower than just gravel because it's slippery on top of pavement. But it's a long, twisty pavement road so far, so we're making great time. So that was a ton of pavement, but this is the road to Uncle Tom's Cabin. It's only 4:15. I don't know what we're doing. Are we staying here? I don't know, but here it is. We got some BDR-ers for sure. Here it is, UTC. Let's see what the boys want to do. It's still early, so do you want to keep going? Do you want to see if we can stay here? I don't think stopping here and then continuing is smart, just because we have limited time. So we're 1/3 of the way. Well, as much as we'd like to hang out and enjoy a few beverages here at Uncle Tom's Cabin, there's just enough time that it doesn't make sense to stop. So it's a mixture of gravel, or it's a mixture of dirt and pavement. I think more dirt than pavement for the rest of the trip. So, sorry, the rest of the section. I'm getting tired. Maybe I shouldn't be pushing on until 5 o'clock. There is a view over here. Wow. Dang. Whoa. We are high up. Wow. That is cool, dude. Look at that swimming hole down there. Holy hell. That's bomb. Love it. Some beautiful country. I'm not mad about all the pavement. I just wasn't expecting it. But it's helped us make good time because now we're pushing late into the evening. And honestly, we probably shouldn't be because they say nothing good happens on a BDR after 5. And it is late September and it gets dark around 6:45. So this is Nevada Point Ridge. We are very close to Nevada. I'm actually kind of enjoying this road. It's a different kind of technical. Like, there's good traction a lot of the time, and then you come around a corner and you got to react to a bunch of gravel, and it's fun. It's a fun ride, actually. This is probably the most fun I've had on Section 4. It's pretty up here. You can get a real glimpse of the Sierras. I can't believe how wide this mountain range is. I don't think I realized how massive it is. Gravel. What have we here? Or nothing but pavement. Oh, okay, it gets interesting now. Looks like we're going straight. Okay, boys. Ooh, sand, sand, sand. All right, well, I turned on my camera at the right time. All right, well, I was worried Section 4 was gonna be all easy peasy. There's some stuff. There's some stuff. I'll throw a little sand in for good measure. Holy shnikes. I don't hate it. View. Whoo! A riverbed down there. Nice. All right. Well, let's try not to become part of this view. What do you think? ridge is cool. There's some big chunk in there. Not gonna show up on the camera because of the angle of the sun, and it's all the same color. But you can watch the front of the bike bounce up and down and get an idea. It's always the hills that are the most treacherous. This is the regular route, just pointing it out. This is not an advanced section. Oh, that's a pretty... There's water. I wonder if that's Hellhole Reservoir. I think that's the next campground, Hellhole. What a great name. Look at that. Holy hell. Hole. That's beautiful. Wow. I'm gonna take a picture of this. Why am I here if I'm not taking a picture? Oh yeah, this is... There's some chunk here. I'm going highline this time. It's gonna be loose and slippery. I'd rather loose and slippery with some room for error, you know? Big rock. Huh, we're going down. Headed down towards the campground, I think. This is Hellhole Campground. Let's see if there's any spots available. Yep, there's a bathroom. This is the whole thing. Oh man, there's no one here. Well, we'd have it to ourselves. What do you mean? I don't see any insects. Well, sadly, Hellhole appears to be aptly named. There's a shit ton of bugs down here, so we're gonna try the other campground up the hill. This is Big Meadow Campground. Not by the lake, probably fewer bugs. Big ass tree log right there. $10, 20 for a double.
So we could not even decide on a campsite, so that was a pretty good indicator that we are tired and probably need to stop for the day. So, like I said, nothing good happens on a BDR after 5 p.m. It's 5:52. We got about an hour to set up. This campground is not totally deserted, but there's no one anywhere near us. The bathroom's right there. The bear boxes don't exactly fill me with confidence, but we'll throw all of our food in Ian's tent because he doesn't care about black bears, he said. So, how you feeling, J-Dog?
Good. It was an epic day, except for that little rock garden towards the end. Other than that, I mean, that's the 5% of the route that's going to suck.
But the Morini crushed it. Well, it works out that Motocamp Nerd sponsored this video because I'm eating a peak refuel from Motocamp Nerd tonight because we are in the middle of nowhere. Probably an hour at least of riding to get to anywhere with like a restaurant or anything. But I brought these as the backup, and they're not bad. It's not my first choice, but they're not terrible. So, see you in 10 minutes. Let's check in with Ian. Ian, how's camping night 2 going?
I love camping. You know, it's the best thing ever.
He just keeps saying it.
Yeah, just love it so much. Why is my sleeping mat
Yeah.
here?
Why is it out here on the ground and not inflated? What's that? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's, we're not exactly close to a Bi-Mart or REI right now.
Yeah, is there an REI like 4 hours away?
Yeah, I guess you better get riding.
See, I just wanted to stay at the Ritz-Carlton, but it was too much to ask. We got to camp out in the woods, you know, be adventure-y, rough it, you know. And now this happens. It's punishment because I complained about camping.
The best part is, he set his tent up on the asphalt.
So now I get to sleep on asphalt.
He'll have to move it because the ground it will at least be softer than the freaking asphalt.
Well, it's not staked in, so
Yeah.
I could just move it.
Yeah, that
Oh,
sucks,
my
dude. That's like the worst nightmare. I tried this at 10, actually I tried it at 12 minutes and it was still crunchy, so I've given it another, it's been almost 20. It looks a little better. The water level's lower, which means more stuff is rehydrated. But the meat is still crunchy. Hope that's pine cones falling and not a bear climbing a tree.
Well, what is that?
I think it was just pine cones falling.
Then, if it's a bear, I'm officially done.
Yeah, we can leave our shit and go. Sweet rice and pork is the best one. Huh. I don't see a bear. I don't think. Is that it up there? Nah. We're probably fine. There's probably no bears. This is food, but like barely.
So this is where it's leaking, right? That might pinch it off. I don't know. Then it might unravel into there. Probably, I would go with that.
Oh God. Peak makes good stuff, but this ain't it.
Never go wrong with top ramen in your own meat.
Jeff likes to put his meat in top ramen.
Yep.
Fingers crossed, buddy.
With a little bit of luck.
Fingers crossed. It's dark. We're camping. I'm incredibly thankful to Motocamp Nerd for sponsoring this video because I will be super cozy in my camping setup while Ian sleeps on the ground. So,
thanks, Ben.
Not as excited about the meal I got from Motocamp Nerd, but the other ones I've had from Peak were good. So that was awesome. What a great day of riding. Technically, we did 2.5 sections. Now, I'm going to put a big fat asterisk next to it because we did the bypass stuff, but we're making great time. We'll be halfway through the route, probably halfway through tomorrow, because once we get halfway through section 5. So, we're making good time, and that's good. So, hope you guys are enjoying. Please subscribe if you haven't, so you can see day 3, and pop back and check out day 1 if you haven't, because it was epic. Lots of cool stuff on day 1. But for now, and as always, for Jeff and for Ian, just want to say thank you for watching, and please do not forget to be excellent to each other. Oh, thank you. The monster stumbles bleary-eyed from its den in search of prey and sustenance. That pour-over is a lot better. I'm probably gonna pack this every time I have the extra room now. 6:14. There was no cell phone service. Was nothing to do in bed, so I was like, I'll just get up. Slept better last night than the night before, and ready for the day. I guess we have a new party member joining us this morning. Gonna drink some coffee and watch the sun come up. Welcome to day 3 of the Northern California BDR. Let's see if Ian's redneck engineering in the woods held up.
It doesn't work.
It's a sleeping mat.
It's a sleeping, yeah. It's a sleeping thingy. Sleeping on asphalt is highly recommended.
Is it great for your back?
It's really a good treatment for your back. So I recommend trying it.
Are you a side sleeper or?
Yeah. So that's really good because your arm just augers into the pavement. And,
so we are halfway through section 4. So we did 2.5 sections yesterday, technically. Ian's got the Butler map, and actually, what's nice about this is, 1, you can use it when you're up here where there's no cell phone service, and 2, it shows you which roads are dirt and which roads are paved, and in Gaia, I can't even hardly tell that all the time, so that's super helpful. So, did you know you can save 10% of these on butlermaps.com with promo code Dork in the road? Don't pay full price, but these are great maps. So anyway, looking at that, seems like we have some more dirt ahead of us today, including the infamous steep descent into Downeyville, so that'll be fun. What's up with the 2 GPSs? Why are you running your phone and the Garmin? I like to do it rally style, so the Garmin is zoomed in pretty far, as you can see, so that I can tell like where the intersections. Okay, I didn't actually touch it. Like, see this intersection? I can tell that I need to go left at the intersection. I like it zoomed in that far so that when I come up on the intersection, I know I don't end up going down the wrong road. But I also like to have some idea where I am in terms of the overall track. So I keep Gaia here zoomed out basically to the length of the track and just have it follow me. And so I know right now we're halfway through section 4. This is section 4, the black line. There's a link in the description if you want to save 10% on a year of Gaia if you use it. The premium is super cool. In the process of packing up, I'm on my 2nd cup of coffee. Jeff's got his tent packed up. Ian is lagging behind. Yeah, he's back in he loved the concrete, or the blacktop so much, he went back to sleep. Okay, so our special guest has arrived. It's Ken. It's his birthday, but he's the one giving out presents because he has 2, for some reason, sleeping pads in his luggage.
Whichever one's better.
So he's giving Ian one.
I think that's the same one that I just threw out.
This is an Alps mountaineering. That's a good one.
So, in the comments, everybody say, happy birthday, Ken, and thank you, Ken.
Yeah, saving the day.
All right, we're headed out to tackle the second half of Section 4. We've picked up a straggler, a local with intimate knowledge of the area, who should be hitting the infamous Downeyville downhill today, so that will be fun. So a little bit of pavement first thing this morning, and then we're back on dirt based on our scouting of the map. So that pavement lasted about 200 feet. We're back on the gravel. Define irony. No hunting, firearms prohibited sign, full of bullet holes. Oh, whoa, I see something pretty. I see something pretty. So far, if you consider the paved / gravel roads, the ones that are messed up, as paved roads, this section's probably 80% paved. I consider that gravel because you hit gravel, so you can't just ride it like you would a paved road. You gotta be in off-road mode and whatnot. Beautiful in here. So I will say the biggest takeaway about the 790 so far is that the stock suspension is very stiff. So I'd rather have it too hard than too soft. I don't want to be bottoming out all the time, but it does make for a harsh ride. Forces you to stand up sometimes when you otherwise maybe don't want to. And we're running full pressure. I do not air down on big bikes. Not messing around with flats. I'd rather just deal with some deflections and go a little slower than have to deal with changing a tire, or not even plugging it, which is what. Well, the big concern is denting the rim and then it won't hold air at all, which is a big deal. Still in off-road mode. Have not used rally mode at all. For the most part, it's worked, except when I step on the kickstand and kill the power when I'm trying to go up a hill. We are going up for sure. Look at that. Oh yeah. Elevation change. I will say I've been complaining about the video not showing things, and by the video I mean the official movie, but the point of the official BDR film is to get you hyped to ride the route. So of course it focuses on the highlights and the coolest views and all the neat stuff you can visit, and not on the, you know, the nitty-gritty in and outs of the day-to-day riding. So, but that's what I want my video to do, so you can watch it and decide if you want to ride the route. That's what I try to do with these anyway. That's why they're so much longer. So this is a good indicator of this section. How much do you like chunky, loose, rock, steep stuff with a lot of rain ruts? So now we're off onto Soda Springs Road. This is freshly graded. Look at that. Freshly graded, smooth. Love it. Get close to town. Ooh, cool bridge. Cool bridge. Look at this. Neato mosquito. Yeah. No shortage of views. Holy crap. Almost to the lake and then the turn right to Truckee. It's like a little dam right here. Yep. And the lake. Oh, pavement. What the hell?
What's this place called? Cold Spring Store, I think.
Sure, that's what it's called.
Okay, so we're in Truckee, end of Section 4, beginning of Section 5. Trying not to eat like crap on this trip, because, you know, you need energy to keep riding all day, and I don't want to have stomach issues from eating fast food. And have to make an emergency pit stop in the woods, because that's not fun.
What is this guy doing? Should not be doing this in the street, that's for sure. This would be a hell of a place to get stuck in the winter and have a bunch of people die and have to find food, if you know what I mean. This is Donner Pass Summit, so you know why it's called that. Big adventure bike, shenanigans. Gotta love it. Nice to hang out with a local who knows all the cool spots and the easy ways to get places. So, thanks, Ken. There's a fire closure out of Truckee, so we're gonna skip that section, short bypass, and then get on the road to Downeyville. So that's Donner Lake, Donner Pass. The rock we were on just now is up behind us. Actually off of the pavement, I can't words, on Section 5 right now. Headed towards Weber Lake. There's some chunk here. There's some chunk here. So this is right off the route. Apparently Weber Falls is right down here. Looks like we're stopping here. All right, love it. That's the falls, and there's a cool swimming pool over there. What's really impressive is this canyon. Holy crap. So the road has gotten a little better, a little faster for the last few miles. So we've been on pavement for, I don't know, 10 minutes. We've got this beautiful lakeside single lane pavement road. That's Jackson Meadows Reservoir. This is Milton Reservoir, Section 5, NorCal BDR. What a spot this is. I'd love to camp here.
Yeah, good spot for kayaking. I come out here quite a bit.
That's awesome. Oh yeah, I got a little lake and a big lake. Damn, that's ugly. Hate it. Absolutely hate it. Beauty. Oh, these concrete dams making these little reservoirs out here. Yeah, look at that. Some elevation change here. Some rocks, if you're into that kind of thing. And if you're not into that thing, well, there's still rocks. Holy crap. Up to 6,600 feet. Look at them, they're mountains. Them's pretty mountains. All the way on the left, the second tooth from the left has a little tiny tower on it. That's Sierra Butte. That's cool. What a view out here on Section 5 of the Northern California BDR. Really reminds me of Section 3 of the Washington BDR up above Beehive Reservoir. There's a lot of these tight switchbacks with these amazing views everywhere you go. Okay, I want to show you guys something because I've never seen this before. If you click on the route and then you scroll up, you get a relief map, right? How the elevation changes. Look at this. Right here, this is where we are. See that yellow? It is steep. Like, we're going to drop 2,600 feet down on the section, if you see here, impassable when wet. So everyone I've talked to that's run this route, even the people at the BDR, have said, the first thing they say when I say I'm going to do NorCal, they're like, be careful on that hill down into Downeyville. All right, healthy gap. So when this gets muddy, you cannot ride it up or down. It's impassable. It says so right on the map, so this will be fun. I've heard tales of people cooking their brakes on this drop, so we're gonna take it easy, watch your speed, not gonna gain too much momentum, and use the old engine braking, and we'll be just fine. Oh, we're going up before we go down. Great. Might as well get some more elevation before you start going down, right? It's loose rocks and light dirt on top of hard pack, which is slippery. There's a whole bypass for this, so if you come here and it's wet, don't come this way, take the green bypass. If you watch this and you're like, that's too steep, take the bypass. It's there for a reason. Ooh, this part's steep. This would be fun to ride up. You'd have to charge pretty hard. I can see why it would be impossible wet, because this is way too steep to get any traction. Getting steep. Yeah! You can see all the ruts coming up for people trying to come up when it's wet. Gonna take her nice and easy. Okay, I take back what I said. I think there are some sections that are worthy of concern. Okay. Switchbacks are a little tougher. So you gotta turn sharp on steep. We just engine brake down in first. It's still flying. Look at that. Damn. Still doing 25. It would probably do 40 if I let off the brake. Yeah, definitely steep. Let's see. I can't even imagine. Like, I don't know what would be worse, going down this wet or coming up it. I guess coming up it, you just don't get very far and you just slide right back to the bottom. Going down, once you start, you're going down. Like, there's no stopping, so I guess going down is worse. The steering is sort of important, I've been told. Oh yeah, dude, this is, yeah, you gotta be good on the brake. I would skid if I wasn't careful. Definitely the bottom half is much worse. Steep, dude. Ooh, Ooh, that's a good one. My brake is so squeaky. Dude, it gets worse the farther down you go. And there's these nice sweepers with big ass cliffs on the side. He's not wrong. I think if you're new, don't come this way. You hear my tone changing the farther down I go. I was like, it's not bad. And now I'm like, don't do it. It gets worse the lower you go, for sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can see new guy on a brand new GS. I'm gonna do a BDR. It's taken me like a long time to get comfortable using the front brake on slippery, loose surfaces like this. So that is not a skill I had when I first started riding. Man, these switchbacks aren't kidding, are they? Oh, and this is all effed up. Oh, is it paved now? Oh, it's paved now. Okay, that helps. Traction is maximized. The paper just ends right there. Like, what if you just thought it was paved and you came up this far and you're like, oh no. Hey, I think we made it. I think we made it. Looks like we made it. Man, you just go right into that guy's Bobcat if you miss it. Anyway, that was the crazy Downeyville hill. We survived. At first I thought it was oversold, and then I changed my mind. So it was not. Avoid it unless you're very comfortable with a very long, very steep, very loose downhill. I had this in off-road mode the whole time. Front ABS is still on in off-road mode. It's in the ABS tune, but I never had a problem with it slipping on me. And I've definitely been on bikes where it would have been a problem. So again, another plus for the tuning of the ABS that they have on this bike. Just the off-road modes in general are just really good. Ken, what publication do you write for?
ADVpulse.com.
And do you have socials that people can follow?
Yeah, on Instagram I'm at KennethM88.
Okay.
Aptly named.
Yeah, right. Wow, how'd you come up with that?
Yeah, a real creative guy here.
Ooh, what you got there?
Same one.
What is it, coffee?
Yeah, special chip.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Dude, I totally didn't know I had it in my hand.
This is Downeyville. What a cute little town. That's one thing I love about the BDRs. They try to find these little towns so that people can experience them, and it brings a lot of business to the local businesses. You know, we're buying ice cream and drinking Gatorades. All right, let's head out, boys. Okay, 40 miles to go. Let's do it. Beautiful river to the right. Oh, that airflow is sublime. So about 5 miles of pavement outside of Downeyville. This is the regular route. The expert section that goes to Sierra Buttes is over there on the right. So we're not going to Sierra Buttes tonight. We don't have time, but we weren't going to anyway. I'm committed to showing you what the regular route looks like because I just haven't seen any other videos that do. So we're staying on the main route to Graygle, and we're going to show you what that looks like. I probably should get out of street mode. Yeah, shades were a bad choice again. But we'll be on top soon as we get up the switchbacky section. Sure we will. Sure we will, buddy. We've come up a ways. Holy crap, have we come up a ways. Yeah. You might say we've come up a ways. So we're out of the switchbacks. Now we're just kind of following this ridge line. It's a pretty easy, nicely maintained road. Pretty fast. So a lot easier than the hard section if you go up to Sierra Buttes. For sure. So a good alternative if you're not so sure about that one. Hit the top of the ridge, but now it's paved. I don't know for how long, but fun single lane forest logging roads. It's really cool up here on top, all this green moss. It's like Endorish. Oh man. So I think I said in my review, or I didn't mention in my review of the 790, the leg heating issue. Oh, there's the fire lookout at the top of the hill over there. But I never really experienced it before. I never spent this many hours on it on a hot day. it's like radiating heat directly into the leg vents on my pants. So when I stand up, it's so much cooler, but when I sit down, it like poofs out all the air and heats it right back up. Yeah, okay, you can see it. Yeah, so right there, that rock formation, that's the lookout at Sierra Buttes, I'm pretty sure. So the harder section with the expert section at the end goes up there. So you can at least see it from here. That's something, right? So this is where the alternate section matches back up with the main route. Sierra Buttes lookout, 4 miles. Oh, you can see it, it's right there. Oh yeah, wow. Look at that. It's right there, dude. That's the lookout. Neat. I just passed like 3 campgrounds on the way down, so lots of camping options on this section, particularly this last bit. So we are 21 miles from Gray Eagle. Lots of options if it's late in the day. If we weren't planning on hoteling it, we'd be stopping at one because just enough time to set up if we stopped right now. But we've been doing long days, starting at 9 generally, and we've been riding until almost 6. We just did a couple miles of highway, spotted about 6 more campgrounds, and then now we're ducking off of the highway, off of Gold Lakes Highway, to some fun off-road through the forest. It's so sharp, it's like fresh. Yeah, you could get massive air off of that if you wanted to. You almost don't have a choice. I wasn't expecting that at the end of the day. Well, we've come down quite a ways. So that was some fun 2-track there for a bit. Still not too bad. Kind of 2-tracky. More of a road though. Shelf road really. And I am 8.5 miles from the end of section 5. What's this place called? I already forgot. River Pines Resort. Cute little place. They had 3 rooms for us. So I'm unbelievably stoked. Oh, it's so cool. Like temperature. There's no lights. Oh, the light switch is right by the door, dummy. Doesn't do anything, dummy. Okay, this is cute. This is cute. Yeah, I can get into this. I already did.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I love camping, I really do, but I'm pretty stoked to be in a hotel room right now. I needed that shower. It was life-changing. That's how good it was. We're over halfway. I did the math. There's like 420 miles left. So I guess it gets a lot more technical and rockier from here on out. So starting with a steep rocky climb out of Gray Eagle. It's Gray Eagle, by the way, because like after Chief Gray Eagle, I asked the lady at the desk, I was like, Gray Eagle, Gray Eagle. Well, before I turn in, I just wanted to say thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you want to see the rest of the videos in this series. But for now, as always, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. And please do not forget to be excellent to each other. Thank you. Northern California BDR day 4. We're in Gray Eagle. Gray Eagle. Stayed in a hotel last night. Nice to get a shower. 2 showers, actually. Thank you very much. We're going to head up into the mountains. Supposedly, this one, according to the route description, section 6 starts with a rocky 2-track ascent. Ascent. That's the word for going up. We are, as I mentioned before, sticking to the main route. We're not doing the optional sections. We're not doing the harder sections because I don't think there's been any videos made that show what the main route looks like. So I'm trying to do that on this trip. I'm with Jeff, ADV Agenda. Big Rock Motos over there, and having a great time so far. So thanks for coming along. If you haven't seen day 1, 2, 3, should be in the same playlist. Check them out on the channel. Subscribe if you want to see the rest of the adventures. And because I'm the dork on the road and I want to be your internet riding buddy, and I'm better than your regular riding buddies because I come with a mute button. I have a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigars. It's 115 miles to Chester. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. We are leaving Gray Eagle, headed to Chester. 115 miles, shorter section this morning. Ian's feeling better today. That's good. He got a good rest. He's smiling and laughing again. The old Ian is back. You'll love to see it. All right, back off the trail or off the pavement. There's maybe some of our steep rocky hill climbs that we were led to believe were up here. I've been told by people that have done the route recently that it's pretty much nothing but chunk the last 4 sections. So eager to get into that on the bike that, while I am pleased that the suspension holds up as well as it does,
it's very deflecty because the front is very stiff. Okay, that's a little, it's not sand, but it's talcum powder stuff. That's almost worse sometimes. Oh yeah, right here. See this loose? Oh, yeah, sneaky. Sneaky. Okay, this is a little steeper and a little rockier, as I was promised. Ah, man, I gotta work. This is supposed to be a lazy BDR. Running into a ton of these sneaky silty patches. I just blew a corner because of one, because I got so focused on powering through it, I didn't notice the turn. It's not very deep. It's not throwing me all over. It's just here and there intermittent, and it's like the traction changes dramatically, and it's just surprising and off-putting. So keep an eye out for it here on section 6. This is that disappearing 2-track they described, which must mean we're past the rocky hill climbs based on the 2-paragraph description of this section. This is fun, kind of pretty. Although it's way less disappearing. They make those descriptions, and then the route comes out, and then people spend the summer tearing it up, right? Because a ton of people come through, particularly the first year. So it changes dramatically from how they described it initially. Man, the views aren't terrible on this ride, I'll tell you that. This reminds me of Washington BDR, like section 6 is like this. Just all these sweeping vistas, and you're just on a 2-track shelf road. Well, the road surface has shifted, and this is honest to goodness sand. It's not very deep yet, but not my favorite. Here's a fun off-road, loose, steep uphill, banging my heel on stuff. Oh shit. Ooh, okay. The tire definitely washed. Not good. Just letting the dust clear. Yeah. How's that Morini doing on this? You're crushing it, dude. I can't believe how well he's doing on that Morini. That is a heavy bike. A dragonfly just flew into my helmet. Heavy bike, 19-inch front wheel, underpowered, no modes, no nothing, versus 650 engine, and he's just like chugging up everything. Jeff's a rock star, crushing it. And it just goes to show you don't need a super expensive bike to have an adventure. Have I mentioned Jeff's channel is ADV Agenda, and you should go follow him? Definitely go follow him. You can see his version of this trip, and he's got a bunch of good kind of gear reviews and camping stuff and advice for newer riders. He's a good dude. Oh yeah, look at the ferns. Neat. Difficulty has definitely gone up a little on section 6. I just rode up what must have been a riverbed. I mean, real chunky up and down. Not like the whole time, there's just spikes. More interesting sections. I'm standing up a lot more today. Look at this, so cool looking. Yeah, like that's gonna kill you. So the interesting part of riding with a group is keeping it together. We've been doing a great job to this point through section 6, but Ian and I stopped. Ian stopped at this log pile just to make a logging video, and we've been here for half an hour and we have not seen Jeff. So we got him on the radio briefly. I know he's not dead, or at least he wasn't then, but it's dangerous to turn around and go charging back up the trail, especially when you know someone is rushing to get to you. But at some point you have to make that call, because if he's not answering, we need to go see if we can find him.
Now, if he's dead, does that mean we get to do our cannibalism finally?
Yeah, we'll have to go. We have to go back to Donner Pass.
We have to go back to Donner Pass to carry it out.
Right.
All right. Well, I'll carry the body.
Yeah. Well, he had nice boots. I might take those. In all seriousness, we're about 2 minutes away from charging back up the trail, because it shouldn't take this long. He was right behind me, so he must have missed a turn or dropped his bike or something. He's a good rider. He should not be this far behind. Didn't sound good.
Jack, this is Ian. Are you okay? I can't hear what you're saying.
So he's alive because he's at least contacting us on the radio. Okay, it's been too long. We can hear him on the radio, but we can't make out what he's saying. He's not dead, but we don't know where he is. It's like we came down, so we should be able to hear him because we came down this whole trail. Ian's turning around. What's that about?
He crashed, and he said it took him 20 minutes to lift the bike, but now he's on his way.
Why didn't he call us?
I think he tried to, but we couldn't hear it.
Well, now I feel bad, but also we did exactly what you're supposed to do, so he dropped the bike and couldn't get it up by himself and had to like twist it around and prop it up with rocks. And we couldn't hear him on the radio. He was on the other side of this butte. But anyway, he's here, he's alive, he's doing good. Well, as mishaps go, that was a pretty minor one. He wasn't hurt, he just had the bike in a weird position and it's really heavy, but definitely feel really bad that we weren't there to help him and he had to put it up by himself. That's why we got these radios. They're supposed to have like a 3-mile range, but I think he's on the other side of that butte. We just couldn't get him. It is part of the adventure. That does happen. Shocked it took this long. This is the road up to Argentine Rock Lookout. This is not an optional section. I mean, it is optional, but I mean on the route, it's actually on the route. It's not an additional track or a separate track. So the route itself leads you up here. I'm looking forward to these lookouts. And yesterday we hit one, but it was just way too late in the day. So it's nice to hit one in the middle of the day. All right, this isn't hard, but it is steep. It's a well-maintained road though, good gravel. Oh man, this is cool. Whoa, whoa. Where the hell is Ian? Okay, so this is the lookout that they are refurbishing. That's what these guys are doing here. Oh, there he is. Did you miss it? No. Well, the middle part of section 6 has been a lot easier. A lot of super wide, easy gravel roads like this and well manicured 2-track. So that's good. First half is challenging. This part is not as bad. Now we're headed to Mount Howe. Trail up to Mount Howe, 2.7 miles out and back. Well, 2.7 miles out and 2.7 miles back, but you knew what I meant. Yeah, not good. Sharpie. Sharp right, buddy. Hard to see. Kind of a blind corner. There's the lookout right up there. I see it. That's where we're going. Yeah, we are going up. We're gaining a ton of elevation really quickly. This is a steep road. It's not hard, but it is steep. So this is an optional offshoot of the main track, unlike the last lookout, which was on the track for reals. Yeah, if this was muddy, this would be a real rough, because this is just dirt. It's not really gravel. Man, this one's high, dude. 7232 feet. Hell yeah, dude, that was a fun road. Look at that. You can see all the way to the lake. Worth it. Definitely take the detour. Look at that lake. Pristine. Holy hell and deep. So this is the view from Mount Howe. I don't even know what lake that is over there, but it's a long ways away. Yeah, it was worth coming up here. Pretty cool. And there's the tower right there. Lots of good views from the tower. I'm certain of it. I have the best job in the world, and I have all of you to thank for it. Every time I see a place like this, just like, thank God people watch my stuff. So thank you. I'm also just blown away by how different a person I am than I was even 5 years ago. Like out here this far from home, self-sufficient, off-road in the backcountry for a week is not something that the old dork in the road, old Ben, would have attempted. So people can grow and change, and you can too. If I can do this, if I can go from unhappy couch potato to this, you can too. Back down the mountain to the main route, on to Taylorsville. It's supposed to be a really good burger place. Or at least a place with really good burgers. I don't know if it's a burger place. I think it's more of a general store that just has all kinds of stuff. We shall see. More fire damage, but it does make it easier to see the view, so silver lining, I guess. Kind of a cool shot. Shows some of the relief of the road. Yeah, it's been pretty smooth sailing, flat dirt roads, like this shelf road, and Taylorsville. Main Street, Taylorsville, right here. Not a huge city, but there is a market, I believe. Yep, there it is, Young's Market. I see Ian's Bikeroonie. 1862. It's always been a market. This is the one with the old cash register, I think, but this is like old school market. Look at the shelves. Like this is how, like Little House on the Prairie stuff.
Yeah, we do.
There's the cash register.
Spicy Italian, or we do mild Italian. Spicy.
So you made it down?
Yes. You noticed I went right to the store?
Yes. Oh yeah. I knew where you would be.
Plus the track actually leads here, so.
Yeah.
Ian had a delicious sausage sandwich.
Oh, it was so good.
Gone.
The best milkshake I ever had. It was an espresso milkshake.
And I had a ridiculous burger. Oh my god, it was good. Anyway, come here and eat. Jeff has been working on that salad for 2 years.
It like never stops.
All right, highly recommend to stop in Taylorsville. 60 miles to Chester. We're a little off the pace today, but that's all right. Dixie Canyon Road. That's a promising sign. Trailers not advised. These are the roads we enjoy on the motorcycles. It's a warm one today. Not super duper hot. Look at these campsites. Oh my god. Actually, that might be day use. I don't see any fire pits. Still cool. Some scenery on this route, you know? Holy crap. Wow. Cool, dude. More remnants of the Dixie fire. This is a big one. Probably be in it for quite a lot of the rest of the route. Oh, and a little rougher. Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, see? Like this. You gotta dodge a lot of trees. Oh man, yeah. You got steeper all right. Oh, and this is rutted. Holy crap nuggets. Okay. I'm gonna have to actually ride, I guess. Pick good lines and stuff. Lame. Damn, this might be the hardest section so far. This is the most sections that are just a little challenging. It's definitely taking us the longest. Like, we're only gonna get one section done today, and it's not even a long one, 115 miles. Look at all the trees bowing down. They're all the way out in the road, you see. You just gotta keep your eyes out. Eye protection is important in this type of forest. And yeah, my helmet's open, but I have my shades on. Damn, dude, I thought we were gonna get it. Okay, it's not hard, it's fun. It's just slower. I thought we were gonna get a fast section in here at some point. Not yet. It's gorgeous. The vistas just go on forever. Vistas for days out here. Well, I gotta tell you, Section 6 feels like a slog. Like, feels hotter than the temperature gauge says. Although 84 is not cold. So here's something I didn't think about. See all these burned trees? It's all it's been for like the last 10 miles. Burned trees, burned trees, burned trees. I have not been in the shade in 40 minutes. The view is gorgeous, but the sun is just relentless because you never get out of it. I've never noticed how hot this bike gets before, but I've never ridden it at slow speeds, second and third gear for hours at a time before. That seems to be the thing that triggers it. Definitely been the worst part so far. Like beautiful views and stuff, but I just mean in terms of we're not making any progress. People are crashing, we're stopping all the time. There's no shade. I'm not enjoying riding BDR right now, even though look at all this beauty in front of me. Just gotta get to the lake. Hey, I found one tiny patch of shade up there. We stopped, took some electrolytes, drank some water, soaked my jersey, and talked to a nice fella coming the other direction who said the route gets a lot faster, so that is good. But now we're down off of the mountainside and into the valley, or at least into the river zone. Wow, that's cool. It's a lot of raging water for this time of year. Okay. Yeah, look at this shade, precious shade. That's what I've been waiting for all day. Ooh, I was honestly getting a little foggy. And I think I quit sweating. Like, I wasn't getting any evaporative cooling, and now thinking about it, I don't think I was sweating, so that is heat exhaustion. At the gin mill, there's a toilet. Oh, we're headed to Butt Lake. I'm not kidding, it's literally called Butt Lake. Look. Well, we stopped here at Seneca, and Ian was like, just disappeared. Because apparently he's like a fish, like if there's water, he just goes to it. And I gotta say, that was a great idea. So my jersey's soaked, my neck gaiter's soaked. I feel a lot better, so. Finished the last 30 miles strong. Butt Valley Dam. I wish I was making this up. I'm not. That's Butt Valley Reservoir on the other side. Okay, well this could just be the heat exhaustion talking, so take it with a grain of salt, but I want to say today was the least fun day. The morning wasn't bad though, so really this afternoon sucked. And I think the heat was a factor. It's the hottest day we've had and the least shade. But And you know, not to like overly criticize the designers of the route, because it's got to be hard to link all this stuff together and create interesting roads, but it's just everything after Taylorsville was this. It's just relentless and redundant. It's just slow going. It just really is. So I really like the lookouts. And there were some gorgeous views up there, you know, up on the shelf roads after Taylorsville, but I did not need 45 miles of that, I don't think. I got hot and tired and slow going. Yeah, you know, I don't know, maybe I'm complaining, but I just want to share it all, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I could turn off the camera and just go to camp and be like, what a great day of riding, but that doesn't help you, so that's not the truth. On to Chester, hopefully soon. Oh, that was a really effed up water bar, and I did not see it.
We made it to the North Shore RV Park. Got a campsite by the water-ish. I mean, the water's really far away, but I guess sometimes it's right there. And I was just like too tired to think about anything. I stood in the grocery store and just stared at the wall and bought jerky and left. But this guy, he's like, I'm just gonna make bean and cheese burritos, and he did. So let's eat one, because he's being generous. Thanks, bro.
Thanks, Bo. Rito.
Just as a lifesaver left and right. All he does is make my trip and life better. Better than gas station burrito. Today was a long one. Nobody had fun on the second half. I polled everyone, and it's unanimous 3-0 vote. Not that much fun. So, looking forward to more exciting sections tomorrow. I don't think the heat helped a ton, but we passed a group going the other way, and they said it gets a lot faster from here on out. So while section 6 was a bit of a slog, but I want to say thanks to Jeff and Ian for making it fun, and Jeff for sharing his delicious burritos. But I'm tired. I'm going to set up my tent. I'm not very interesting right now, so I am just going to call it here, say goodnight. Thank you for watching. Invite you to subscribe so that you can check out day 5, which is coming right after this video, and check out the other episodes in the series if you haven't, because we've been on this trip for 4 full days now. But for now, and as always, I just want to say thank you very much for watching, and please do not forget to be excellent to each other. Thank you. Good morning, friends. We're at North Shore Campground on Lake Almanor. Rolled in last night. $50 a site. There's no bathrooms near the tents. You need a code for the shower room door, and then you have to buy tokens once you get inside to use the shower. How flat was your sleeping area, fellas?
That was really flat.
Mine's a 10-degree angle.
I would give this 10 out of 10 stars. You know, flat sleeping area.
Yeah.
The free showers.
Yeah.
The doggy bags.
Those are free at least.
I'd give it a 10.
The gate,
minus 10.
The gate that almost decapitated Jeff yesterday.
Yep, that was
The gate.
that was
Yeah, it was
something.
like a big green lightsaber came down and almost whacked me.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend tent camping here unless you had no choice.
This is the worst campground.
We probably should have just pitched tents in the woods. Well, it is day 5. Yeah, we just finished section 6.
We're just gonna finish today and just be done with
So
it.
section 7, 8, 9 to go, which is just over 400 miles. No, just over 300 miles. I'm sorry I missed. Oh, I should see if you're okay before I start filming. What just happened? Oh, your back tire dug in. And you went down.
This is what happens when you try to start camping.
So Jeff here, ADV Agenda, go follow him, is he's taken on the unique challenge of riding this Moto Morini X-Cape. I think you're going to be the first person to do a BDR and an X-Cape.
Yeah, absolutely. And really, really impressed. It's like, to me, it's like riding the KLR that has actually, it's more capable. It's the KLR that everybody wants. It has suspension, it has a parallel twin, it can crush miles. You don't have to put oil in it every like 500 miles. It's just, it's working great. I'm really impressed with the suspension more than anything. It's soaking everything up. It's really good. So
Calling it KLR-like is a compliment. That means it's a tractor that'll take you anywhere. I'm so impressed with you just crushing everything on this bike, and it just goes to show that you don't need the world's most expensive bike to have an adventure.
no, but what I've also found riding the smaller wheel combination is it seems to be a little bit more nimble in the technical stuff. Like I can maneuver through stuff a lot quicker And with the tractor factor of this motor, I could be in 3rd gear and just pull out of anything.
And Ian is on the V-Strom 800 DE with the most luggage I've ever seen on an adventure bike. He's also rocking the Cyclops setup. You see that? These are the Pegasus lights. And I can tell you from riding in front of him from time to time, they are bright as hell. Well, I hate to say it, but the 790 has been excellent on this trip. I will say my only complaint is this harsh suspension up front in the super technical sections, and yesterday the traction control ABS decided to stop working, but I've turned it off and back on again 3 times and it was fine. I do want to point out in particular my Cyclops setup. So this stuff has been taking a beating. In fact, this one I hit it so hard yesterday it was like knocked sideways on the bike. The flashing is not happening in real life, just the refresh rate of the camera. But all right, let's pack up, get on the road. We're gonna crush some miles today to make up for yesterday. That's the plan.
Also, if you haven't yet, consider subscribing to the channel for more adventures like this. Also, dual sport motorcycle reviews. I'm gonna do a full gear rundown on everything when I get done. And also, because I'm the dork in the road and I want to be your internet riding buddy, and I'm better than your regular riding buddies because I come with a mute button. Hit that subscribe and maybe turn on the notifications. YouTube keeps telling me I have a below average notifications number, so if you haven't yet set up for notifications, man, that would be cool if you did. So about 10 miles of pavement out of Chester to Westwood. Just past Westwood, we're taking a left onto, it looks like it's paved here at first, but so, you know, 10 miles so far of street so far. There's a lot of this logging road, blacktop, dilapidated stuff on this route. Onto some dirt. Man, the contrast of the shadows, even without my sunglasses on, I just can't see. Gotta take it easy as you lose the dips and drops and rocks. Well, I don't want to speak too soon, but it's much faster going so far. A lot of 3rd gear. Some of this big rock patches here, which are pretty compressed now, but not fun when they're new and loose generally. About the only real obstacle thus far. A lot of straight roads. It's good. It's good. Needed a palate cleanser after yesterday. I'm enjoying the view through my nasty, nasty, dusty windshield. I probably should make some attempt to clean that sometime soon. It's part of the adventure, though. This thing is going to need a wash and a half when we get back. I have to get the pressure washer out. It looks like a secondary road. A little bit less well maintained. Let's see what we got. There's been some really gnarly water bars on this trail so far. Easy to get air if you're not paying attention. A nice little ditch. We're going right. Another water bar. Oh, woo-hoo-hoo. A little leaned over. More farther. Word's good. A little bit more lean there than I wanted, but 2 tracks held on. So that's good. Lots of airing it out opportunities if you're so inclined on this section. Just go slow if you want to keep your wheels on the ground. Well, check this out. I'm not sure if it'll come across on the camera, but proof positive that you don't even need an adventure motorcycle to have a motorcycle adventure. There's a dude up here in a Can-Am Riker ahead of us, out here in the woods doing his thing. Yeah, look at him go. And no, I'm not talking about Ian. I'm talking about the guy in front of him. We need to pass this guy. He's hauling ass though. Later, guy. Have a good adventure. And the best part of any summertime motorcycle travel adventure, can we go that way? Yeah, fortunately we can just go around. Yes, sir. That was really convenient placement. But no waiting for that flagger, no sir. Well done, us. We'll let Ian get some distance because this dust is oppressive. So Ian stopped because it gets real silty here. So he wanted to give us a heads up. Yeah, this is, whoa, that's like 4 inches deep, dude. All right, well, appreciate the heads up, Ian. That would have been no fun to hit at 50. No fun. Okay, about to make the turn to Antelope Mountain. The road has gotten a little more interesting. There was a little bit of a stream bed that we rode up, and then the water bars have just gotten nuts. So we're very close to Antelope Mountain. Less water barry, more loosey-goosey. What is this? Interesting little jog to the left. And you can just see how chewed up this has gotten from everybody riding it this summer. Just loosens everything up, digs up all the little rocks. Alright, well, this isn't the road up to the lookout. This is the road that leads to the road to the lookout. There's one of these water bars I'm talking about. That one's nowhere near as severe as the others have been. Okay, this time I'm going up to Antelope Mountain, 7,684 feet. Almost 8,000. Lots of cool lookouts on this BDR. And on the main route. This is actually on the main route. It's not even an extra section. The second one we hit today will be an extra section. Okay, that's ugly. So much, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here except all of California. Is this the one that was, yeah, the solar powered one? I think it is. The one that NASA worked with the Forest Service to set up. First solar powered watchtower in the country. That's the optional hard descent over there, which we're not going to do because that's not the purpose of our video. Oh, it's going to be too hot to hang out up here. I can already tell. Gotta get back in the shade. What a cool little hut of a watchtower. Look at all the solar panels. Whoa! Look at that. Okay. Look at that view. Antelope Mountain. We have arrived. The views are better going down than they are coming up, usually, to these lookouts. Yeah, look at that. Beauty. Beauty. So there's an optional hard path around the backside, which we won't take this time. It's just a shortcut back over to the route. But this is it right here. Just looks like it's pretty chunky and not maintained. So that's there if you want it, but I'm here to show you the main route as much as possible. Okay, next stop, Harvey Lookout, which is optional off of the main route, but it's only like a 4 mile out and back. So worth a stop just to look around. It's nice to get up and get the lay of the land, you know. We're here to see stuff. The best place to do that is from high up. That's right, more science facts with Dork. Yeah, so I think that's the road coming down. It is, you can see it. So it's pretty steep. It drops 1,000 feet in about a third the distance that I just went around the backside of the mountain. So make sure you're ready for it. There's a bunch of these really steep water bars, so I'm practicing my D-weight technique. There we go. I'm trying to get it to log punch correctly. I haven't spent a lot of time practicing it on the big bike. The trick is to not get the ass end to kick up, and that requires precise timing, which I've been historically bad at. So these are just big enough to practice without having to go too fast. Like that. Not sure what that was, but I'm on the ground. Looks like unexpected silt. I came that close to kissing this tree. Oops. Oh man, that was fun. I think I just got in the middle there and got loose and didn't realize it. Wasn't even going that fast. Yeah, front just went. I wasn't standing. I told you I just got to check out my skid plate. I wanted to see if there's any scratches on it. One. Thanks, boys. Yeah, I thought the windscreen was hitting that tree for sure. Silt snuck up on me. That's good. I was worried today would be boring, video-wise. But it doesn't seem to be any worse for wear. Oh man, yeah. Well, now I'm a little gun shy, obviously. Definitely into some siltier territory. See this? That's slippery, loose stuff. I just was not ready for, because it was hidden under the pine needles. Okay, we're going up to Harvey Mountain Lookout. Just came down that rocky mess of a road. This one actually looks easier. So this is an optional section. Not optional harder, just optional. But you're so close, it seems silly not to go up there. See what it looks like. Ah, lame sauce. Lame sauce. There's a little glimpse of the view, but no dice on the lookout. Lame. All right, well, let's go back down and catch the guys before they come too far up. I don't know, but all is well. Onward to the home of Justin Bieber. I assume. Why else would it be called that? It's cool that they named the whole town after him, I guess. We're just on a perfectly good red cinder road, hauling ass. And for some reason, the route turns off into this dusty rock garden. So, yeehaw. Well, we're way behind schedule today, so our goal of doing at least a section and a half is slowly slipping away. I don't know. The back end of this route has turned into it's a much slower going. There's a lot less road. Like, there's a lot of pavement in the first 4 sections. You know, it's like a third or more, and you can make up a lot of time, but it's been all dirt today. We've barely been on the road at all since the first 10 miles out of Chester. I was promised by the map beautiful red chip seal all the way to Bieber. I don't think this is chip seal. I think it's pavement, but pretty stoked. We'll make some good time now. Jeff's got a flat somehow. Did you get it in the parking lot here?
It's not flat. It's a staple. Where's that staple?
We made the world's most gnarly plug and it's still leaking air. So all these miles off-road and you pick up a staple in the freaking parking lot of a gas station. Unbelievable. Pick up your crap, people. Desperate measures.
I've never not been able to plug a tire.
Use the tube thing, yeah, the hose to put it in.
Okay, well, the slime did the job, we think, so we're gonna press on and try to get to Willow Creek Campground. It's like 20 or 30 miles into the next section. Found some dirt a few miles from town. Came around the corner and bam, there it was. Was not prepared. Did not have off-road mode ready or had to slam on the brakes. It's just like you're going 50 miles an hour, you turn on the corner and there's gravel, bam. So be aware of that coming out of Bieber. So we slimed up Jeff's tire and plugged it, and optimistic it'll hold air or at least leak slowly enough that we can get through. The hits just keep on coming. Ian's not feeling great. His shock is blown. Jeff's tire's leaking. You know, it's just like I don't want to say anything, but I just have a lot of PTSD about previous trips. Previous trips. The PTSD stands for previous trips sucked donkey. So I'm done making predictions about when we finish, and we're just gonna ride. Obviously, you can see the sun is going down. There's about 2 hours of daylight left. So if we could put in an hour and get to the campground, that would give us enough time to get set up and camp. I don't want to deal with trying to cook in camp, so I just ate a bunch of chicken strips at the gas station, calling it dinner. So that is Snag Hill Lookout. It's right off the route. In fact, it's part of the route, so we're just gonna pop up there and check it out. Don't think we'll hang out long because we're in a hurry to get to camp, but cool to see what there is to see. Oh, it's closed. It's my life, dude. Fire season ends and they close everything. Lame. That's 2 today. Well, never mind. The rocky section we keep hearing about seems to have arrived. A little bit of a paint shaker action, at least on this particular hill. This will not be fun for Ian with no shock. New surface, got some sandstone rock, pretty sure. We're back out into the high desert ranch grazing lands, out of the Modoc National Forest. The terrain changes. The roads have been pretty easy though, just the occasional technical spikes. This is like Christmas Valley area, Oregon, on the Orbiter.
Another long day, but we're here at Willow Creek Campground, which is just off the route, about 30 miles into Section 8. Hilariously, I rode right past here on that highway on my way down to start the route and thought, huh, that's right on the route. I wonder if we'll end up camping there. Well, here we are. So, I'm exhausted. The guys are exhausted. Jeff's tire is leaking a little, so he's thinking he might have to go find a motorcycle shop tomorrow to have them patch it. It's just not patching. The patch isn't patching. And like I said, Ian's not feeling well and his shock is totally gone. And the rocky sections we just came through were not good for it, so there's a small chance I finish this BDR by myself, or at least attempt to. We'll see what happens tomorrow, so make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss episode 6? Yeah, tomorrow's day 6. The days all run together. But I'm gonna finish this thing one way or the other, so thank you for watching. I appreciate you. I'm just gonna go hang out, maybe have a Mr. Puff Puff, try to get some rest, and be ready to tackle the rest of this route tomorrow. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate you, and please do not forget to be excellent to each other. Thank you. We're finishing this damn route today. It's happening. This is where my tent was. Yeah, it's already packed up. Welcome to day 6 of my NorCal BDR adventure. If you have not watched the other 5 parts, well, how the hell did you get here? But there's a playlist, check them out. Days 1 through 5. It is day 6, and one way or the other, it is the final day of this trip. As you may remember, if you caught part 5, we had a bit of a cliffhanger. We weren't sure if the boys were gonna continue, if I was gonna finish yet another BDR without the people I started it with. But it sounds like, despite Jeff's tire still having a slow leak, he's gonna try to finish because he wants to earn that sticker. And Ian, with his blown rear shock, is, I think, at least gonna try to make it to Alturas and finish all but one section with us. So, I'm not solo yet. Ian, how do you feel about day 6?
Oh, I mean, I really need more dirt roads in my life, and more blown shocks, and maybe I'll get a flat tire. Right? That would be what I need too. No, honestly though, the section before camp was really pretty. The first part of section 8.
Yeah.
8.
God, there's so many.
I actually started to get back into my groove, you know, before we got to this campground. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'll finish. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. What about you, J-Dog? How you feeling?
I've been having a blast. I really want to finish this route. The only thing that's lingering in my mind is a slow leak in my tire. But I guess as long as my compressor's charged.
And you know, everyone always says tubeless tires are so much better because you can just plug them. Well, apparently not every time. So
well, this is the first time. This is the first time I've never been able to plug a tire. I've been doing it for years and years and years. Do it on my trailers, my trucks, bikes. For some reason, this thing is not holding.
What kind of tire is it?
Mitas.
That's the reason right there.
It's not Tusk.
It's not Tusk. Yeah. So we stopped here at Willow Creek, and literally there was no one here when we pulled in. And then as we were looking at sites, these other 2 RVs pulled in. But it's been great. Great thing about running a trip or doing a trip like this in the fall is, it's literally fall now, is that we've never had to compete for a campsite. I think if we'd done it in July like we originally intended, we'd have been camping in the woods a lot. Okay, so I have to show you this. Thanks, Outback Motor Tech. So this is what the skid plate is supposed to look like, okay? That's the left side. Well, yesterday, on the last section, I nailed a rock at about 35 miles an hour. That thing is dented, dude. It definitely saved my tank. So, thank you, Outback Motor Tech, for sending me this skid plate. Holy hell. That is a beast. 57 miles to Alturas. Let's try to get this done. Oh, we're very close to where we hop right back on. This is a great campground, just right off the route. I'm gonna switch modes real quick. All right, let's go see what we can find. Ash Valley Road, 11 miles. Ash Valley, I think, is that next campground that they said was good. I gotta tell you, I really thought I was gonna be doing this by myself today. I had mentally resigned myself to it. And I'm not afraid to do that. I'm capable of doing that. It's just, it's not smart because, you know, one thing goes sideways and it's just better to do it with people. Even if it means moving a little slower and keeping the group together and stuff. But, you know, both of these guys had every reason to bail.
and they're pushing through and, you know, rolling the dice a little. Riding with no rear shock, or with no damping in your rear shock, is not fun in this rocky terrain. So Ian's toughing it out that way, and he's got a lot of luggage. And Jeff, you know, we don't know what his rear tire is going to do, but, you know, worst case is we pull that tire off and try to put a tube in it. But he doesn't want to do that because it was such a pain in the ass to put on, I guess. So I'll just trust his judgment there. But worst case, that plug comes loose, and I've got a full complement of bacon strip plugs, and so does Ian. So, and I've got a glue tread if it comes to that. So we can limp that tire out to the highway or wherever it needs to be if it was to go bad. But hopefully it's just a slow leak, and that's all that we're dealing with all day. Just, you know, we'll get to Alturas in an hour or two, fill up at a gas station there, and hopefully that carries you through to the end, to the Oregon border, and then back to a gas station, fill her up. So I've decided it's going to be a good day. Thank you for coming along. We're going to finish strong and put our third BDR sticker on the bike. And I'm going to show you what the route looks like along the way in case you want to try this one yourself. So this is section 8, about 60 miles to Alturas. The views in here are pretty. Again, it's the result of the fire devastation, but you can see forever. Some interesting water bar G-outs on this section. You don't want to hit them too fast. I've been told by the map that we finish up in some more high deserty conditions, so that's what we're headed into today. 20 miles in from camp, just been cruising down this gravel highway. It's real nice, making good time. Now I'm turning onto this dirt road that has been dust treated, so maybe we can keep the group a little closer together. We're almost to Ash Creek Campground, which is supposedly a really nice one. We'll drive right by it. So it's only taken like, I don't know, 20 minutes, maybe half an hour to get here from the highway from Willow Creek. So if you're trying to decide between the two, it's easy riding and quick to get to Ash Creek after Willow Creek. Just past Ash Creek, got some authentic logging operations going on. One of the things you got to watch out for when you're riding on a weekday. Smooth sailing so far, pretty happy with it. All right, we're going up to the Manzanita Lookout. Nathan Fant says this is do not miss territory. He said it's amazing. So let's go find out. Oh, the gate's still open, thank God. Been having bad luck with those lately. It's not on the main route, so you gotta look for the sign, or just, there's a green flag on the route, so it's marked as a point of interest, but the route itself, the track doesn't go up to the lookout. Look at all the yellow bushes. Oh man, this could be pretty. I see the lookout. I don't know. See that green tower? That's the lookout. Yep, I know. You learn amazing things watching Dork in the Road. It's like, if you weren't sure, that's it. This is the lookout. The green thing. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, it's not the most spectacular lookout that we've seen, but it's one of the lower elevation ones, so that makes sense. There's Ian. That's the most spectacular Ian I've seen on the whole trip. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So right after Manzanita Lookout, we get some actual more remote roads, more rugged road, less well maintained. So a little bit of action down the backside. This is it's a little wet, feels like. Interesting. Probably the most difficult thing on this section so far, I think, section 8. There was a few rocky sections, I guess, before camp last night, for the most part. And by most difficult, I mean it's like a 2 or a 3 on the difficulty scale out of 10. I'm on a bike and I'm going fast and I got a whole bunch of luggage behind my fat can. Like a pavement section coming up. We are 20 miles from Alturas. So far, section 8 has been fast and easy. I found the canyon. It's got some pavement here, decent pavement, but we're following the canyon down to Alturas, I think. Pretty cool looking. Look at the leaves turning. It's a gorgeous time of year to do this. What the hell is it? Right there. This is the Niles Hotel. It supposedly has a ghost that lives on the 2nd floor. So, you know, if you want to stay somewhere spooky on your trip, you can stay at the Niles Hotel and hang out with a ghost. Pit stop, burger shop. Yeah, that should be their new slogan. I'll email that to them. so that they can implement it immediately.
I am deeply saddened to inform you that Ian of Big Rock Moto is riding home now. So I'm skipping the last 85 miles so I can get home a half day earlier, or a day earlier probably. So farewell, Ben. I hope you don't perish on the trail. If you do, I get your bike. And it's been nice knowing you. But no, honestly though, great trip. Really great time, great adventure. And despite my complaining, it actually was pretty good. So yeah, get out there and have an adventure.
I'm surprised he made it this long. He hasn't been enjoying the camping. But anyway, man, thanks for coming along. I'm glad you're here. It's been a pleasure.
It was a great time.
Yeah, we got it.
It was a great trip.
I would say let's do it again sometime, but I know you don't want to.
Well,
let's do something else. If you haven't subscribed to Big Rock Moto, which would surprise me, obviously I'll link his channel. Go over, subscribe to him. He makes the most detailed, most in-depth motorcycle reviews in the world. So definitely worth your time. Subscribe, you'll learn something.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, man.
All right, well, Ian McGregor is leaving us. So it's just me and J-Dog, and I'm excited to take you along for the final section of the Northern California BDR Section 9. Let's finish strong. Oh, we got this. All right, Alturas, farewell to civilization. There's no town at the end. The joys of late summer, early fall. Road construction. Got ourselves a pilot car. But yeah, we're, I don't know, 5 miles out of Alturas, still on the highway. So a little bit of a pavement stretch here. And some asphalt, fresh asphalt looks like. Leaving the pavement. About 10 miles out of Alturas. County Road 118. There's a lot of county roads on this section, from what I've seen. All right, looks like we gotta cruise across to the, I assume we're going up in those hills, so it's gonna be a quick gravel transition section. Found some trees, got some logging going on, still fast. Making great time, Section 9 so far. Well, we are about 25 miles in. Nothing to report except fast gravel road so far. It's a little premature maybe to give you my full thoughts on this route, but I'm also going to be tired when we're done and not want to do like a whole thing where I talk about it as a whole, the whole route, Northern California BDR. But I think the biggest question I wanted to answer with this trip and these videos was how hard is it? And so far, barring some horribly unforeseen spike in difficulty, and I know there is a difficult section up here, but barring that, it's been relatively easy. There have been a few challenging sections. Probably the most consistently challenging section was Section 6 coming up out of Grey Eagle. And mostly the hard things, if I'm remembering correctly, the hardest things were loose, rocky hill climbs, and there was a few of those that would just kind of come out of nowhere along the routes. And other than that, the hardest thing was the very beginning, the sandy part. And it wasn't even hard, it's just like that requires you to get up and ride and pay attention. Difficulty wise, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's probably a 4 with some spikes up to maybe 5. If you're a confident beginner, you could do it. I'm an intermediate rider on a big bike, and there was nothing that had me puckered up at all. I would say I stood up 15% of the time, or had to stand up 15% of the time. I would just stand up to cool off or whatever, but in terms of sections where I was like, oh, okay, I know I really do need to stand up here, about 15% of the time. So it's a pretty easy route. Now, having said that, it's incredibly long. Like, it is a grueling slog. I think my biggest takeaway is that this 950 mile route probably could have been 800 miles. I know that I think it was Paul in the movie said, the Northern California BDR is all killer and no filler. And to be fair, I didn't do the expert sections or the extra harder sections, but it felt like there was a lot of filler. A lot of sections where it was just 30 miles of the same gravel road for seemingly no reason. This route really meanders left and right a lot. And I know it's to connect some of the cool sites. And in particular, I think you can see Ron West's fingerprints in this because there's a lot of history on this route. And so if you like history, this is a great route because you get to go to all these really neat historical locations. But if you're less interested in that, it just seems like a lot of same riding for miles and miles and miles. It gets a little monotonous. Is it a good first BDR? Difficulty wise, yes. Length wise, no, I don't think so. My advice honestly would be to do one half at a time. It's not my favorite of the ones I've done. Of the 3 I've done, it's my least favorite. You know, like Sierra Buttes and the expert sections we didn't go up to are absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Mount Patterson, we didn't see that. absolutely fantastic. Although there was snow up there this week, so I don't even know if we'd have made it to the top. There's a lot of cool lookouts, a lot of cool scenery, a lot of cool things to see, but there's also a lot of like 180-mile sections with like 3 cool things to see. So you're just riding to be riding. Anyway, that's where my head is right now. I think I'm probably more pessimistic at the moment just because I'm tired and ready to be done. So again, grain of salt, everything. And who knows, maybe there's just such a spectacular section up here. Wow, like this view. Woo! Yeah, we've definitely come up some. It's not a review. I'm not trying to criticize the creators of the route. It's unbelievably difficult, I'm sure, to create a route like this, to find all the roads, link it all together, get it all consistently doable, find it, and they route it all through public land so nothing can get closed off. So I know that's hard. I'm just telling you what the experience of it is after this is my 6th day out here. Anyway, onward with section 9. Cool view though. Cool view. Here we're off on some less highway-like, less well-traveled 2-track. More fun. Headed to the lookout. We're very close now, I think. Yeah, this is the most difficult thing we've seen on section 9 so far, and it is, as you can see, not difficult. Oh, look at this. Sort of an, interesting downhill with a rain rat. Okay. There we go. Gonna get out in 3rd. 2nd gear maybe here. Someone's gone up on the hillside. This is cool in here. The area of the Shire. So different, like surface changes, like it was rock, then dirt, cinder. Now it's this loose volcanic rock. There's obsidian on the road. I can see it shining in the sun. Big chunks of it. So, if you don't know, obsidian is that shiny black stone that the Native Americans made arrowheads out of because it's so sharp. It sharpens down to the molecular level when it breaks. So, you know, it can be really fun on your tires, particularly if you're, I don't know, riding on a tire with a weird, not that great patch filled with slime. All right, this is the road up to Sugar Hill Lookout. It is the last lookout on the route. And it is on the route. It's not an additional extra section. You can see the purple line goes up and back. That is the main route. So we are ascending our final lookout of the Northern California BDR. And there's been so many, they really should call this the Northern California Lookout Discovery Route. Because there seems to be 1 or 2 on every section, which is awesome. Oh, this thing just goes up. We're gaining a ton of elevation quickly. Man, the gate better not be closed. Wow. Sugar Hill. More like Sugar Mountain. Yeah. The last lookout. The final. It's the final lookout. There it is now. You can see real far. There's a bathroom. You can get out of your car. Take a pee now. Holy holiness. Wow. We are just about halfway through section 9. The view is always better on the way down. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful trip this has been. Lots of amazing, just like vistas for days. And just like that, we've left the Manzanita, replaced it with sagebrush, high desert. We got juniper trees instead of pine. But we're going back up this mountain, so nice little desert interlude, you might say. So it's become a relatively normal 2-track road. Not even 2-track, really. It's like almost 2-track. It's descending to some creek crossings and then Fort Bidwell. This was the section I was most worried about last night when I thought I was going to have to do this by myself. Yeah, this will challenge you a bit if you're a newer rider, but honestly, if you just go slow, it's not bad. Man, it just keeps going. It just keeps going. Well, quite a few. That's a nice way to end the route. Gotta love those water crossings. Nice way to end your trip. Refreshing, really. Oh, well, unless you just slow way down. Still, it's impressive. Yeah, this would be great. You come here in the spring, you're gonna have some epic water crossings. Yeah, that was real. One final treat in store for us. High Desert Pass. About 17 miles to go. We're getting a view though, up and over the top, back to Goose Lake and the finish line. Like, where was this section in the official BDR movie? There's like, it's like they just gloss over sections 8 and 9. It's like as soon as Sterling got hurt, they stopped filming. I don't know. Definitely had no idea this was here. Oh man, we are almost there. I want to say thanks to Ian and Jeff for coming on the trip with me. Jeff for sticking it out to the end despite the fact that his tire is questionably inflated. Thanks to all the patrons and channel members who support me and this channel and therefore make content like this possible. Thanks to our sponsors for the whole trip, Cyclops, Motocamp Nerd, Quad Lock, Flying Eyes. It's been great to, everything that they gave me has worked great on this trip. And I'm excited to get home and do like a whole gear debrief, which I'll have for you soon. So if you're curious how the bike did, or how the camping gear did, or how the luggage did, or even how this Moscow Basilisk gear did, I'll have a rundown on all that very soon, so make sure that you're subscribed. We're almost there. Man, the woods, seriously, you have woods up until a mile and a half before the end. I just assumed we'd be out riding through the desert on the highway. That's cool, well done, well designed. What a great ending. You did a good job, guys. Here we come, here it comes. Right there. Oh, success, I can taste it. I can smell victory. Oh boy. 3rd BDR complete. Still have yet to finish one with everyone that started. So my turn has gotta be next. It's gotta be. Where's my sign? There it is. There it is. There's my sign. Welcome home, Dork in the road. You're back to Oregon where you belong. No more California on this trip. Oh, Jeffy, we did it, bud. We did it, bud. Ha-ha! Oregon! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. There it is. There's the sign. We made it. 950 miles, Northern California, Mammoth, California, to the Oregon border. 6 days, really 5.5. because we started and did a half a day on the first day. What a great trip. Thank you to everyone who watched and supported. And make sure you're subscribed for those debrief videos and stuff coming soon. But for now, and as always, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. And please do not forget to be excellent to each other. Thank you.
Ooh, somebody like you. Excellent!
I need a shower.